Read.
Chapter 15, verse 4. For even in the mischievous ambition of men deceive us, nor an image colored with diverse colors, the pen's fruitless labor, the sight whereof entices fools to lust after.
Right. So they painted the pictures. They're here to this day of Caesar Borgia, the Borgia family, Rodrigo Borgia, Pope Alexander VI of Rome. They have them right there until this day. I expose it all the time, but continue to expose it. Read.
And so they designed the form of a dead image that has no breath. Both they that make them, they that design them, and they that worship them are lovers of evil things.
That's right.
And are worthy.
Go ahead.
And are worthy to have such a thing to trust upon.
That's right. So they worthy to have such things to trust upon. All them that believe in that lie.
Right.
Most are going to leave you right there with that lie. You're going to burn right when that lie burn, you're going to burn right with it. All them that do that. All them, if they say it don't matter, oh yeah, it does matter. That's right. And that's what they have done. And they use that. Look, tell me how many millions and millions of dollars they've made off of that movie, The Ten Commandments, right? Right. Look at verse 12.
We're going to talk about chapter 15 and 12.
Yes.
We're going to talk about chapter 15, verse 12. But they counted our life as right. But they counted our life a pastime, and our time here a market of gain for gain. For day, we must be getting every way. Don't get me by evil means.
See? They count our time as a pastime. Just something to do. You know. And our time here are marked for gain. Anytime they're making $1 trillion off of the Israelites a year. That's a lot of money. Not for us not to have anything to show for it. We'll say that. We must be getting every way. Though it be by evil means. And it be by evil means. Give us 400 years of slavery. Bondage. Don't have to pay anyone. And never gave any reparations. But they gave 25,000 to the Japanese. And we just read about how they had the concentration camps here in America. And they bombed Pearl Harbor. What have we done? We ain't done anything compared to what has been done. So that's what we're looking at. Go back to 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. Who opposes and exalted himself above all, and installed the Most High while outside, or at his worship, so that he as the Most High sits in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High while outside.
Right, so he's sitting in the temple of the Most High. Now, who is the temple of the Most High? Because he's sitting in the temple of the Most High. And these certain things you should already know. Because get 1 Corinthians 3:16. This is how we get understanding through these precepts.
First Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and the
Read it again. I'll read it right.
Now, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you?
Right. So, who is the temple of the Most High? Because it says, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you. So is that everybody? Go to 1 Corinthians, the first chapter. Let's see if we can find out who it's talking to. Verse 2.
1 Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 2. Unto the church of the Most High, which is at Corinth, to them that are sanctified in Hamashiach Shai, called to be saints, with all that in every place call upon the name, call upon Hamashiach Shai, our power, both theirs and ours.
Go ahead.
Grace be unto you, and peace from the Most High, our Father, and from Hamashiach Shai.
Right. So, clearly it says he's talking to those that's called to be saints. So who are the saints? The children of Israel. Psalms 50 and 5, Psalms 105, 8 to 10, Psalms 148 and 14, Psalms 149, 1 and 2. So that proves who the saints are. So clearly it can't be talking to everyone. Are you looking at who's this written by? It's epistle of Paul. So Paul is looking at himself being the scattered, because he was not from Jerusalem. So he's looking at himself as the Corinthians. That's why he can relate to them. And that's our people. They can relate to us when we relate ourselves to them. Instead of being above them and like we all know, we know it all, and they are nothing because what we know now. We're in this together. That's what Paul's plight was. He was like, hey. That's why he said, read where you were at again. You'll see. In verse 2 it says, unto the church of the Most High, which is at Corinth, to them that are sanctified in the Mashiach Yahushai, called to be saints, with all that in every place call upon the name of Hashem Mashiach Yahushai, our power, both theirs and ours. So you see, he's saying ours, he's talking to the Corinth. Those that are living in the land of Corinth call themselves Corinthians, but they're Israelites, because the saints are the children of Israel. But he's saying theirs and ours, because he's talking about the circumcision and uncircumcision, which he would consider himself, though they called them that were not born and raised in Jerusalem and hadn't been around the Mashiach Yahushua. That's why he can relate to them being Gentiles, but they're really Israelites, just like our people call themselves Gentiles, but they're really Israelites today. So he's comparing himself to them. That's why it's very important to see this. When you go to the beginning of these chapters in the New Testament that Paul wrote, there's always some kind of way that you know that it's not talking about everyone, because it says, even when it says grace in verse 3, grace be unto you and peace from the Most High, our Father. Who the Most High say he is? Exodus 3:15. Who he say he is? I mean, clearly tells you who he is. And you can't get any other nation. We just read about Jacob and Esau, so let's get who the Most High is. Say he is. Exodus 3:15.
Exodus chapter 3, verse 15. And the Most High will said moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Most High power of your fathers, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob, hath sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations.
Right. So that's clear. The Most High is the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob is the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. Get Psalms 55 and 20. So he's always in the midst of us. He's always concentrating on us. That's why he sits in the temple of the Most High. We the temple of the Most High. So Esau's sitting amongst us, watching us and monitoring us, but we don't realize it because we're too busy monitoring each other for him. I might say. Psalm 55 and 20.
Psalm chapter 55, verse 20. He has put forth his hand against us, and he has peace with him. He has broken his covenant.
Right, so, I mean, come on. He put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. Who's more meeker than us? No one. He had broken his covenant. 453 peace treaties he had with the indigenous people that was here on this earth. Right here in America. Read. He broke all of them. Read.
The word of his love was smoother than butter.
Just like that cat came up to us in Hollywood the other day. I just come to see what you guys are teaching. I just want to know. And all you that was online, because I think I had it on the conference call, the street teaching. Y'all heard how he came up. Oh, y'all just want to see what you guys are teaching. Listen, he started cursing. I said, why you cursing? Well, I didn't curse. Listen, he was really just cursing us out. Just going off. Just went all the way off. But the words of his mouth was smoother than butter. Read.
But war was in his heart.
But war was in his heart. Yeah, he came over here. Hey, we just can you help us learn how to farm the land and grow this corn that you guys are growing? But war was in his heart. Because what did he do? He ended up killing them. Over 77 million North American Indians. Read.
His words were softer than oil. Yet were they drawn sword.
Yeah, well, how did they take them down with the sword? Because they had a saber-toothed sword. Straight up. Proverbs 29 and 2. And that Gatling gun is how they brought us down, really. But then, what we just read, Esau was blessed with the sword. Proverbs 29 and 2.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Yeah, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Read.
But when the wicked bear rule,
When the wicked bear rule, like the so-called white man is bearing rule now, what happens?
the people mourn.
People mourn. People mourning. You know, look at all the marches that's been done, all the heinous crimes that's going on, all the jail cells packed with Israelites, Negro, the Indian, and Latino descent. You know, just everywhere you look is all kind of havoc going on. You know, they were showing how, I was reading an article where they were saying that they have placed within the water system something as small as a grain of sand. That, you know, we looking at people talking about the chip that they put in the water system where you already have it inside of you, and whenever they take these microwave towers and heat it up and just put those vibrations, those airways out, don't have some kind of reaction behind that. Oh yeah. That's why the people mourning. Unemployment is at a high rate. They're cutting off welfare in a lot of states. The things that's going on now. Isaiah 24 and 5. You see, it's all about order by chaos. So if they cause chaos, then people respond to chaos, and they can bring the police state in to bring martial law. You start taking people to the concentration camps. Read that. Isaiah 24 and 5.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
right. The earth also defiled under the inhabitants thereof. The water, the air, the earth, the people, everything is destroyed. It's defiled under the habits thereof. Because they have transgressed the laws and changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Read.
Therefore, as the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
That's what he's going to do. Because of the lack of the law.